Tonight with several new developments for the embattled Oakland Police Department. Right now, the City Council is meeting to discuss how to find a new police chief. Also tonight, a high-ranking deputy has been placed on administrative leave, and a family is getting ready to sue the Oakland Police Department. They say their loved one was the victim of police brutality. KTVU's John Sasaki live in Oakland tonight with more. John?
Frank, the community is coming together tonight for a 36-year-old man and the alleged police brutality that may have contributed to his death.
There was never any justice that was given, to our family. All these years we knew the truth, that the police killed him and beat him, but we couldn't do anything about it.
This is Jerry Amaro's sister, Stephanie, who didn't want us using her last name. Her old wounds reopened when it recently came out that the FBI is investigating the April 2000 death of her brother and the Oakland Police's involvement during and after the incident.
Now it has certainly come to light that a number of people in the department were aware that some kind of physical altercation had occurred and that there had been some efforts on the part of one of our officers not to disclose that.
Captain Ed Paulson, the head of the department's Internal Affairs Division, was suspended last month because he allegedly kicked Amaro hard enough to cause major injuries and ordered a cover-up. The coroner's report shows Amaro had numerous broken ribs and internal bleeding. His pregnant sister says she now plans to name her baby boy Jerry.
My brother was the person I loved the most in this world. He was the person that influenced me, that took care of me when I was a child. And, my brother's no longer here. And to give that name, from the person that he was such a great person. I would love to pass that on to my son.
Amaro's sister says the family has been a bit nervous recently because they've received rather menacing anonymous phone calls since the story of the alleged police beating came out. Now, the candlelight vigil starts at 6:30 here at St. Elizabeth's Church on 34th Avenue. Live in Oakland, I'm John Sasaki, KTVU, Channel 2 News.
What's up? This is Jay the Wanderer with Oakland Latinos Unidos, a.k.a. Oakland Latinos United, the voice of the Latino community in the Bay Area, California, YouTube, and beyond. Well, I'm on here with a new video for you to enjoy. As you've seen that news report that you just seen from Channel 2, that was a story about a young Chicano who was murdered by the Oakland police on April 21 of 2000. Apparently, the report I read was that he was trying to buy crack cocaine from an undercover officer, and he tried to run or something, and the officer beat him savagely, and they arrested him. They held him at the Oakland City Jail and at the county jail in Santa Rita, which is in Dublin, and they denied him medical attention. He died of his injuries a few days later, and the police believe there was a cover-up. Now, this happened in 2000. Now it's 2009. Basically in the aftermath of the Oscar Grant murder, they've reopened the case to investigate Officer Edward Paulson, who brutally murdered this young Chicano man. The way I look at it is he was a young Chicano. The police don't give a fuck about our community. They don't care about the black community either. So they're like, fuck it, he's a dope fiend, let's just beat his ass to death. And they covered it up. And they swept it under the rug. And I hope the family of Jerry Amaro sues the Oakland police. And I hope the officer, Edward Paulson, gets prosecuted to the full extent of the law. Just like I believe Officer Johannes Meserly should get prosecuted to the full extent of the law. And just like Oscar Grant, I hope maybe me and other organizations can do a march in front of the Oakland Police Department for justice for Jerry Amaro, because this is obviously another young man who was brutally murdered by the police in Oakland. And black and brown lives in this city don't mean a thing to the police or to anyone else. They think we're just a bunch of wild animals that deserve to get killed like animals. And that shit needs to stop. But in the wake of this, and in the wake of Oscar Grant, the Oakland Police Department has really been falling apart. And a lot of scandals have been happening. And just a lot of stuff. I think basically all the corruption and bullshit that the police in Oakland has committed upon the people is coming back to bite them in the ass. You reap what you sow. In the recent weeks, there's been a lot of scandals. The Oakland police chief, which is this man right here, Officer, basically Chief Wayne Tucker, who's the chief of the Oakland Police, that's him, that's the mayor, Ron Dellums, decided to step down and resign from the police force the other day. Basically, February is going to be the last month he's going to be an Oakland police officer, and he's going to resign because basically the Oakland City Council has been denouncing him, saying that the Oakland Police Department has been rocked by many scandals under him. And he decided to quit, I guess. And now the Oakland City Council wants to hire basically someone outside the agency to be the next chief. And you know, I don't have a problem with that. If they hire someone from the outside, it'll be a reformer, a good chief, and maybe change a few things, I'm all for it. Because obviously if they get someone within that's going to just cover up and keep doing the same old bullshit to the community, then what the fuck do we need a new police chief for? They might as well find someone from outside that maybe might change things around. Also, in the Oakland Police Department, there's been a scandal of some officers being fired for not having search warrants to search houses of drug dealers or something like that. And the Oakland Police Department wants to fire probably like 10 or 13 officers. That's another scandal. And then recently today, because today is Wednesday, February 4th of 2009, well, yesterday, there's been another scandal. This man right here. This man right here is Jeff Lohman. He's the deputy chief or the assistant chief of the Oakland Police. Today he was put on administrative leave because basically sexual harassment charges have been filed against him by a female officer in the Oakland Police Department. Basically he was doing something to sexually harass her. And now he's being put under investigation for the sexual harassment of this lady officer. Jeff Lohman, like I said, is the deputy chief, the assistant chief, or whatever you want to call it. And now he's under hot water, basically, for being corrupt and letting his badge get to his head like many other officers out there, you know, are and do. Like I said in the past, I'm not anti-police. I don't hate the police. I hate crooked fucking police officers that don't give a fuck about our community, that are only here for a paycheck and only here to either kick ass, harass, or kill. You know, basically they see you as a poor person from Oakland who lives in a barrio on Fruitvale, or in a hood in West Oakland, or in a hood in Brookfield, or 98th Avenue, or Seminary, or wherever you may live in Oakland. They look at you as a brown, black man, and possibly Asian or even white. And they will fucking brutalize, beat you, kill you, and murder you simply because you're poor and you're of color and you live in the hood. And that's where I have a problem with the police. When you bring those officers that want to act like that. But like I said, you reap what you sow. And all the corruption and bullshit that the Oakland police has put a lot of us through is coming back to bite them in the ass. Also, many of you might remember the Riders case back in, like, what was that, like 2002, 2003, when like 7 officers that were called the Riders were put up on charges for brutally, you know, beating people. They were planting evidence. They were doing all kinds of crazy shit. You know, and basically I'm glad that a lot of things have come to light. This will show people that the police departments let the badge get to their head. They let the guns get to their head. They let that power of having authority get to their head, and they cross the line. But as you can see, sometimes it could come back to bite you in the ass, and it has. You know, I hope there is justice for Jerry Amaro. You know, he was a young man, a young Chicano, you know, who was having problems in his life. You know, no one's perfect. He was a young man who was having problems in his life. Who's this man, young man right here? I hope his family does get justice. I hope the officer, Edward Paulson, gets investigated. And if it does turn out that he brutally murdered this kid, beat him to death, I hope he gets prosecuted to the full extent of the law. Because basically, like I said, a young Chicano who was on drugs probably. They said he was buying drugs. You know, all they look at is a young Chicano dope fiend. His life ain't worth anything. Let's kill him. Fuck him. Instead of helping him, maybe get him into a drug program, maybe for he could change his life around. Let's fucking kill him. Fuck it. He's a beaner. He's a wetback. He's a fucking spick. That's the way they look at it. Just like when they see a young black man. Fuck that nigger. Let's fucking kill him. Let's beat him. fucking spook. You know what I mean? It's that same mentality. You know, a lot of these fucking officers out here have that same racist, white nationalist mentality when they come to our barrios, our hoods, to deal with us. And I hope there is a march for Jerry Amaro. And you know, if the family is interested in helping me organize something, hit me up at my YouTube channel, and I'll get back to you personally. And I'll try to organize some organizations to make a protest like the Oakland Police Department. You know, but that's basically all I have to say. Hopefully you enjoy this video. That's it for right now. This is Jay the Wanderer with Oakland Latinos Unidos. Power to the people. Justice for Oscar Grant and Jerry Amaro. Peace.